Welcome to Building Trust at Work, a short introduction to the Thin Book of Trust by Charles Feltman. The foundation for success at work is the ability to build, maintain, and, when necessary, repair trust. The Thin Book of Trust is a practical, user-friendly guide to understanding and practicing the behaviors that result in strong, trust-based relationships at work. A basic assumption of the book is that choosing to trust another person involves vulnerability and risk. The framework in the book helps readers to make wise choices about whom to trust, in what circumstances, and to what extent. When trust gets damaged in the workplace, it is often unintended. Here are some examples of how that can happen. The person who has breached your trust may not even realize it. They are simply not paying enough attention to the elements of trust. The framework in The Thin Book of Trust defines 4 different areas to attend to. We make assessments about each other's trustworthiness in all 4 of these areas. This framework helps readers recognize what behaviors build trust and which ones may damage it, so they can consistently and consciously act in ways that strengthen trust at work. When you assess someone's sincerity, it is because you believe they speak honestly and act with integrity. When they say something, you can believe it, and you can expect their actions will align with their words. Separate from a person's honesty and integrity, you can consider their reliability. How consistently does this person keep the commitments he or she makes? Can you count on him to deliver when he said he would? Can you assume she will deliver exactly what she committed to? A third area where we can make an assessment of trustworthiness is in a person's competence. We assess whether the person has the ability, skill, experience, expertise, and resources to do a particular job or task. The fourth area of trust we can consider is care. Does this person have my or our mutual team or department's interests in mind as well as their own? At work, it is often sufficient to determine that the other person cares about your common interests, such as your team, department, or the company's shared goals. To develop and sustain the high level of trust you need for success and well-being at work, you have to recognize and consistently practice the specific behaviors of trustworthiness. You also have to determine when and to what extent you should trust others. The framework covered in The Thin Book of Trust bridges the gap between the idea of trust and the specific behaviors you need to practice. To buy the book, go to thinbook.com or Amazon. Start building trust today.